Hey everyone. So now we come to the part that, you know, simplifies the whole thing, which is using Canva bulk create to create a whole lot of Pinterest pins for each of your products and, doing it in seconds. And this is something that I typically do once, you know, a month or something. Before I got block to pin, I was doing it once every week. And I just generate about 20, 30 pins all at one shot and simply schedule them out for the whole month. So that kind of took care of, what I needed to do for Pinterest. Now that I have the scheduler tool and it also creates pins for me, I don't really create all of these pins in Canva. I still do it once a month or so just so that I can kind of boost some URLs or some products that have not had a chance yet. Or I could, sometimes I don't like the pins that the tool creates, and so I just create some extra pins on my own. And this is how I do it. It takes a couple of minutes once you learn how to do it. So here's an example of what this looks like. This is the template I use. Um, with Pinterest, you don't really need to worry about your branding. You can use any colors, any fonts, any designs that apply to your products, right? So here's one example, and this is one I created for my smartphone planners. Um, and it uses the same principle. So we're kind of creating the templates for Pinterest in Canva, and then I'm using one of the uh, sheets in Canva and bulk create to kind of populate these pins, right? So this is for smartphone planners. I created a similar one for calendars because calendars are a different style, their landscape, and I also want to convey different information. So I have 2026 here, but then I also wanted, something like, printable pack, um, or information like that to be in the pin. So here, this is not complete. Actually, just realized it, but uh, I did have the images here, and I did have some of the content that I wanted to create. So once I actually use are here, and you can see that, I've kind of created this template for myself. So this is the exact same one that I am giving you. I have one for landscape and one for portrait. So this is the one for landscape mode. It's the exact same thing. Um, and it's got a bunch of different colors and all of that. Each of them says new PLR. It has the name of the product. There's some arrows and some squiggles and all of that. At the bottom of the page, it has my website. So that's the first thing you change. Make sure that you create, that you replace all of the website mentions at the bottom of your template with your website or your Etsy shop link, right? So that's the first thing. And then it says almost every single pin says editable in Canva. Now, if your templates are printables or instant download PDFs, you can just mention that. You can say instant download, you can say printable PDF. So you can use something like that, but create a badge on each page. You can use the same color, different colors, etc. Some of them say free. I left them there because because yes, some of my products are free and that I'm sharing on Pinterest. Um, and when they are not for free products, I simply delete the free badge so that um, you know th- there's no misleading information there, right? Some of them say free download, um, some of them say shop now, etc. So just check all of that. um, it says new PLR almost everywhere. So if you're selling PLR, that's great. If you're not selling PLR, if you are selling, let's say, classroom decor, you would say something like, classroom decor, or you would say new printable, something like that, that um, captures the essence of your product so that you can use that as a badge across all of your pins, and customers or your audience, when they see it and they understand what it's about, right? So the name itself will be editable using the bulk create, but you can have a few um, badges and uh, you know um, notes here. So again, I have things that say editable Canva templates. I have something that says printable tracker templates, printable planner inserts. So you can just create a bunch of these for your product. Brainstorm a bunch of these. Maybe use AI to brainstorm these, and so just create these badges for your template and customize it for your brand with the information you want. Um, that will be static across all the pages, right? So let me show you how I do it once. Um, I'm going to be using the landscape mode because so this is the last batch I did, which is the sobriety planner, the road trip games, pregnancy planner, nanny binder. I did all of them in one batch. Um, and actually, let me show you how that works. So let's say, um, yep. So this is the one I used, and I'm just going to do this again just so you can see how it works for portrait mode. I went into Canva bulk create. I'm clicking on sheets, and I already have PLR pin templates as one of my sheets. It has information already populated, so that's going to show up here. I'm just going to say done, right? Um, and now we look at continue, and it's giving me, you know, it's giving me the button to create 4 designs. So I say, okay, create 4 designs, and it's going to create these templates here, right? So just waiting for that to open up, and there should have been 4 designs. Why did it only create 2? Okay, it did say 4 designs. I'm not sure why it only created 2 or why it's only showing me 2 here, but that's okay. I'm going to show you how to create them for a completely new product, and I just wanted to use this to show you what this looks like, right? So I opened up the one for sobriety journal, and okay, so it's got 63 pages, so it's probably got, right, it's got road trip games and pregnancy planner, everything here, so that's fine. Right, so I'm just going to go through this, see if there's anything I'd like to change. I think this pin is fine. This one, I'm just going to bring down this page here. I might just change the page later if I feel like it. Um, let's say I'm looking at images. Okay, I can't seem to find this. Okay, that's fine. Um, and that's one reason I like to do it as soon as I upload products, because let's say if I can. Yep. So it's showing me all of the sobriety printables, and I think I'd like to put this one here instead of that one. This one's fine, this one's fine, this is fine. Doesn't have one page here, so I might just put this back here. And that one's missing a couple of pages too, so I'm just dragging a couple of these, right? So, or let's say we do this, right? So that has given me all the images, I think. I'm gonna use this one here. Let's say I use this one here and maybe drag this one here. So it's not a free download, so I'm gonna just say find and replace free download with shop now and replace all, right? So that's done across everything. Um, yeah. So I'm I'm not editing the other products now. I'm just going to edit this one. I could change the colors if I wanted to. I'm okay with it, but if I felt like it, I'm going to delete the free badges everywhere. Um, right. And I like to, just come back here and change um, the background just to have some fun with it. So, pins look somewhat different. Let's look at some. Okay, that looks fine. Or would this suit better? Yep, that looks very nice and calming. So I'm going to do the same here. I'm just going to pick one of these and replace background. So, you could just do that. Um, Replace background, or let's say this one. So there's a bit more contrast between the background. No, that's too dark. Um, and we do want the information to be readable. So let's just go back to this, right? So yes, you can use photos or graphics, whatever you feel like it. Um, and instead of super cute, I'm going to say comprehensive. Yeah. So that kind of makes it, um, fit in. Um, and yes, just changing the backgrounds a bit, just so I can just having some fun with this. Really, it's not something that you need to do. Um, I just kind of like playing around with this. And yes, if you want to change these colors, you can do that as well. You can change the text or the fonts or these colors. If you don't want what the template has generated, you can do it at the end. And I'm just going to download this lot as JPEG, and they're ready to go on um, on Pinterest, right? Um, so another thing I like to do here is also rename this as Sobriety Journal PLR templates, so that Pinterest can also read what the image title is, um, and it kind of helps to, uh, you know, it also helps in boosting your product, right? So that was, because I already had all of this content here. I showed you how I did that, But let's say I'm starting from scratch. I'm doing it for the desk name tags PLR template, name tags template. Since they all say PLR, I don't need to put that here, right? And these are images I created very recently. So I'm going to say this is image 1, this is image 2, this is image 3, this is image 4, this is image 5, 6. I'm just going into, oh, did I get them all? I did get them all. Yeah. So I'm just clicking on this, and I'm also clicking on the um, actual image or actual file in uploads, and it pops it in, right? So that's this file populated. And because it's a landscape um, template, I'm using this one, and we do the same thing here. So I'm opening this up, right? I'm in bulk create. I'm going to go to sheets. I'm going to say PLR pin templates. Wait for it to connect. It's connected. It's done. Um, Continue. Create one design. So these are 21 pins generated for the desk name tags template. And because these are for kids, I'm probably going to just make this a bit more fun. Um, Again, free download, replace with shop now. Okay, that's 20 pages. 21st page is empty. Just move this a bit so there's a bit more space between everything. This one is fine. Okay. Oops. Yeah. So it's not perfect, but it's okay. It's we are looking to give people an idea of what we have in the shop, and I'll probably change that to a fun color, yellow, pink now, or maybe just change the background. Right. Um. No, that's too busy. What happens here if I say? So we got some things going on there, and um, again, just kind of not editing, but kind of moving the text around a bit so that it's all easy to see. How does this work? No, that's too much going on there. Too much going on there. So let's see. Yep, that's fine. So it's readable, it's bright, it evokes a classroom. It's not, gray and pink and all of that. Um, so I'm taking that out, and let's see if this works. Mm, yep. Or if I drag this one, no, it's still not very easy to see. So yep, it's easy to see. It's bright. It's colorful. It's kind of more fun than what I had, right? And yes, we don't want the brown, so I'm gonna just change and replace the background again. that is not okay. So just go in and pick a color that will kind of appeal to families, oops, to teachers, and people who are looking for classroom decor, to so it kind of works with the template. Mm, that's fine. So you don't need a lot of these either. You just need a few really good and cute uh, colors, right? And some of these also have animations. So if you want to add them as animated pins, the process remains exactly the same. You could do the same thing. Um, I'm going to just reuse this background again. So you can also reuse backgrounds. There's no reason, to just come up with a new background every time. Okay, this needs an image here. Let's do this one. Yeah. And coming back, let's do this background again because I kind of like it and it works with everything. I'm gonna save this now. Let's say this one, right? And again, just adding a couple of these back. So wherever they got missed out, wherever it didn't really catch. Um, I think this one could do with a really cute name tag template. So yeah, so that really is all there is to it. Spend more time just kind of clicking through and um, looking for things. So let's make sure that all of the images have been loaded. Um, right, all of the images have come through. There's no free mentions anywhere. It says download now, it says shop now. Right, so just gonna rename them all as, and yes, I could kind of name some of them as desk name tags and some of them as classroom decor. Um, some of them as, using the keywords that we um, um, just listed. Right. So that's it. This is, I'm going to rename them as, oops, right. So that's it. And just download the whole thing as JPEG. Um, if you want animated, you can download them as MP4 for some. So the ones that are animated will download as MP4. Um, just gonna download the slot and leave it there, right? So that is what I have. Um, and the next video, okay, this actually took a bit longer than I expected, but I think the concept is very straightforward. I'm giving you the templates that you can use. Replace the website name, customize them to suit your product, whether that's printable, editable, whatever it is. You can even use some of the keywords that you use on Etsy or Pinterest um, to show up on the um, pin itself. So things like new PLR, editable Canva templates, create stunning printables, whatever things can be made static, make them static and create your template that way. And then you also get this a copy of this Canva sheet, and you can just go ahead and upload. Just use it every time you create your pins. You can test it out with one of your products if you like, but that's exactly how we're going to do. Um, Create 20 to 30 pins at a stretch, and just simply schedule them in Pinterest, which allows you to schedule up to 30 days at a time. So you can just kind of put them all in, and you can kind of um, leave the pins to work for you, right? So I'll see you in the next video, and thanks so much. Bye bye.